Today we're going to cover the course, the weather, your water stations, our COVID policies and practices, what to expect on the day, quick one on our race rules, and then any other information that you're going to need out there. This is part of our COVID protocols, so you're getting an online briefing to watch in your own time before you turn up tomorrow and get out on the course. First of all, the course, the half marathon. You're all starting in the same place. You're all heading north on Manly Street. Now, there's a lane closure, however, the road is not closed, so you must obey road rules at all times. Once you get to the north of our lane closure, you are then on open road. Again, road rules at all times, please stay left while running. If you don't feel comfortable running on the road, absolutely no problem. There's a nice wide footpath for you to run all the way around Manly Street until you come off at Kāpiti, through Petrol Place, and then you're on our Waikanai River Trail. From there, you're on hard-packed gravel, heading all the way up the south side of the river, over a footbridge, and then down the north side of the river, west, all the way to the Waikanai Lagoons. At this point, a quick trip around the lagoons, doubling back through what we are calling our virtual high-five zone. Give each other a cheer, let them know you understand their pain, and then at this point, you're on your way home. Over the Ōtāhanga footbridge, be aware of the bounce. It's a little bit of an interesting experience for those of you who have never done it. Back through, past our Ōtāhanga water station, and then through the Waikanai estuary. Now I'm going to reiterate the Waikanai estuary plan soon, but for now, it's really important that you stay on the designated path. The Waikanai estuary is a scientific reserve and it is really important to us here in Kāpiti, to the birds that migrate here, live on Kāpiti Island, and to many, many more of us. We're here to preserve it and we're really lucky to use that piece of land. Once you come out of the reserve, you're going to take a sharp right and you are back onto Manly Street. Now at this point, you are staying onto the right of Manly Street. So you are running against the flow of traffic, which makes it much safer for you. You run all the way down and follow your footsteps back into our traffic controlled area and then all the way home. You then run past the HQ, so don't get too excited too yet. You've still got 2 kilometers to go, where you are running down Marine Parade in a coned off lane, down to the south end, take a sharp U-turn and then finish along the beautiful pathway that is made by the Lions of Kāpiti and into the park. If you're our 10-kilometre runner, after you've left through Petrol Close and got down to Ōtāhanga, you are going to be diverted left straight onto the estuary and enjoy that lovely meandering run through the estuary until you head on your way back home. Our 5-kilometre runners, your turnaround point is about an hour, about 1.5 kilometres up Manly Street, where you will do a direct U-turn and head back the way you came. Now again, let's please keep left and be aware that you will have a number of runners coming towards you in your direction. Again, you all head south, past HQ, all the way down Marine Parade until you finish up returning on our beautiful promenade with Kāpiti Island overlooking you. Weather, well, who knows, okay? About half an hour ago, it was for some slight drizzle and a little bit of a few northwesters. Now, looks like we might be able to get a little bit of rain, but that's going to soften the road up for you and the wind will dry you off. It's going to be warm, so actually it's almost idyllic running weather. But please come prepared. Make sure you've got a warm jacket or a jumper in your bag for when you return to HQ, because it can get a little chilly. And hold that a little bit in the tank. If those winds pick up, you might find the last kilometre into a nor'wester can be a little bit interesting. Those that have run in Wellington before will understand what we're talking about. Our water stations are approximately every 3 kilometres, and they will have water, R-Line electrolyte and Morton gels for our 21k runners. One of the key things about us is we want to keep our environment the way that we found it. So please don't litter. Please don't dump your own drink bottles, your own gels, just anywhere on our course. If you are taking your own hydration and nutrition, please, there are bins at our fuel stations, so please dispose of them there. When you're at your fuel stations, feel free to stop, have a drink, or get them on the run. They are all self-serve, and our great teams that are out there from a number of our community groups will have gloves, and they will just be setting out water and electrolytes for you. They're self-serve, grab a drink, move along, take what you need, and then dump the cup in the bin. We've gone over our estuary rules. Let's talk about our race rules. Okay, for us here, it's mostly about being kind. It's about looking after each other, and it's about enjoying what we are as a running community. Okay, we're here to love this run. Some of us are going to race. If that is you, then please still have that ethos of looking after each other. Let's not be dicks out there. Let's make sure we look after each other. Let's race hard, but race fairly. If there is an issue, please come and see us afterwards, but I'm not going to get into a he said, she said conversation. We're here to race, and we're here to race hard, and we're here to have good sportsmanship. If you are out there and you are out there to enjoy your own personal challenge, and someone comes up behind you telling you a runner coming through on your left, please get out of their way. They're going fast, and let them go, especially on some of our river trails and especially on the boardwalk. Like we said, it's a defined trail, and we don't want our runners stepping off that defined course. Other users. Sorry, I'm checking my notes here because I don't want to miss anything out. Other users. We are got there, although the Kāpiti residents know that this race is on and there are signs up, there is the possibility that you may encounter horses, walkers, runners, or cyclists on the Waikano River trails. Now, please be aware that they are also out there enjoying their Sunday morning, and make sure that you are running and being considerate of them as well. They should know that you're coming, but please run past them, say hi, give them a wave. They will get out of the way for you, and they have been asked to do so. The biggest hazard that you will encounter out there are vehicles. And that's why when you're on the road, it is really, really important that you are paying full attention to yourself and to others around you. When you're on the open road, please stay as far left as you can. When you're on Marine Parade, which is our south end of our course, please run a metre in from the road cones to make sure that we are adhering to our traffic management plan. When you are on the closed lane on Manly Street, like we said before, it is closed. However, the road is not closed, so you must adhere to road rules. Anyone flouting these rules, especially our road rules, will be disqualified and asked to leave the course. It is too dangerous for us to have you trying to cut corners, trying to run on the opposite side of the road. We do have marshals and cycle marshals out there for your safety, but lots of this relies on you. It relies on your personal responsibility. The final thing we want to talk about is our COVID practices. Now, it's nothing new. What we're doing is we're taking the practices that we know from our everyday life that we've all got used to deal with, and we've incorporated them to a mass participation event. That means when you get onto site, please check in at the COVID tracing app. If you don't have the COVID tracing app, you'll be expected to sign in manually. We will also have records for all our runners, so we have an added value of security there where we know where you are at all times through the timing location. Nothing sinister, of course. Please make sure when you're in our HQ you wear a mask. All our staff and all our marshals will be in masks, so give them a nice masked wave as you go past or as you see them. Please make sure you are socially distancing of a metre. That's both within the HQ and when you're on the trails and running. That shouldn't be an issue for most of us. And the final thing is, if you're sick, if you have been in contact with someone that's sick, if you have been to an area of interest that the Ministry of Health have just released, then please don't come to our race. We're not being rude about this. What we want to do is make sure that we are at the forefront of providing safe mass participation events, and that we can continue to do this in the future. There's always next year. If you are sick and you cannot attend, or if you've been to a place of interest, such as Stratford recently, please just let us know. We will, quite happily transfer your entry to next year's race at no cost. I know that's going to be a little bit disappointing, but it's what we must do to ensure that we can continue to run this event under any level, under any framework in the future. The final thing from me and our Kāpiti Half team, Run the Coast, is thank you for being here. Thank you for working with us. And we're going to do this together to make sure that mass participation can come back to our communities and we can do what we love, what we all love, which is be at events together. Ka kite, we'll see you out there tomorrow. Thanks, team.